Today we're going to be checking out the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse, the Batgirl of Burnside Batgirl. So she comes included with the one other arm we need for King Shark. As you can see, that this King Shark hand is grabbing, whereas the other one was closed-fisted. We'll reach off camera and we'll bring in King Shark, a very towering King Shark that in fact now dwarfs the already small Batgirl. And there you can see, there we go, there you can see the differencing between sizes on the two figures. Yes. He is quite small even now compared to King Shark. Looking forward to reviewing this guy. We'll put him just to the side. Okay, so she does come with some accessories. I've got actually just on her on a display stand right now because she doesn't stand, unfortunately. The accessories she comes with is a Batarang, and luckily the Batarang is a nice thickness to it, as opposed to giving us a very thin Batarang, more susceptible to breaking. Cast in just a yellow plastic. It can fit in her hand, but it doesn't fit in her hand in the greatest of ways. You have to kind of just pry her fingers and even kind of sit it more on an angle than straight on. The other accessory she comes with is a little communicator slash cell phone. And again, if I can just get her to properly stand. This figure I find difficult for standing. I'll put her back on her display stand for the time being. As we look at the other accessory, there we go. She does also come with this little small communicator slash cell phone device, just in gray. There's nothing really added to it for paint. That's about all you're really going to get. That can also fit in her hand, or either hand really for that matter. Again, a lot easier to house it more so on the side than straight on than from the front. We'll just move the stand out of the way for the time being. We'll take the accessories out of her hand. Now, getting a look at this figure in hand, she's not bad. I think her proportions are pretty good, as well as her face sculpt. Let's start first with the face sculpt, and then we'll kind of work our way down. I like the face sculpt, and I especially like the fact that they've given her like this little smirk. But what really bothers me about the face is the muddy choice of flesh tone color that they used for her. Instead of giving her just a very lighter looking flesh tone, it just comes across a little bit more muddy to me. I can also say the same for the hair. The hair, I don't know, it doesn't look like they applied the paint in the greatest of means. It looks like somebody's actually gone in, a preschooler's gone in and painted this additional darker coloring to her hair. I think more importantly, the ongoing trend for this video will be the fact that the sculpt is good, but the paint could be so much better. Another case in point is the yellow that's on the interior of the cape. It's just really sloppily applied. In some cases, it actually looks like it's not applied, or a second coat should have been properly applied to it. I have some areas where there's like a little bit of black, I'm guessing residual, or it actually could just be the paint that's chipped off, revealing the black underneath. The sculpt of the cape is pretty good. Again, sculpt on the face is really good as well. But paint so poorly is delivered here in this figure. There's a close-up look on Batgirl's face. Do like the expression though. I like that little smirk right at the corner of her mouth there. The eyes, again, nicely done, much like the mouth. Eyes are nicely sculpted, but I don't know, it's just the paint really that kills it for me. Then we're looking at the rest of the outfit, and she's got the purple Batgirl outfit with some nice black trimming down the side, and of course the black in the cape itself. But boy oh boy, that utility belt has seen better days. I can't say that the yellow has been applied poorly, but there's really no definitive lined ending or cleaning up the edge of that utility belt, that it just looks like maybe not an insufficient amount of paint's been applied, but something needed to be added to the edge, or maybe like even on the top there, the purple should have been just kind of touched up here to sharpen the edges of the utility belt. What ends up coming across here is just a more blurred applying of paint. Even on the back here, paint could have been very much better applied, or if at the very least just like the purple could have been added to sharpen up those details, and I think that really is what misses on this figure. The boots, a little bit of that yellow that carries up from the boots. At least the laces, I can say, at least the laces have been sculpted in, so I appreciate that. When it comes to her posability, she does have, despite the fact that she is a smaller figure, has the same posability as the other figures that we looked at. Her head rotates, well, I want to say all the way around. Not that you would need to necessarily rotate it all the way around. Her arms hinge out, of course, all the way around. That's right, rotation of the bicep. This weird, again, bend in the elbow. The newer joints, I'm not crazy on these new Multiverse figures. Rotation on the hand. You have your ab crunch, a waist swivel, and then forward and back motion on the legs. Of course, you could probably guess it, right around the pouch portion of Batgirl is right where the leg doesn't want to, of course, does not want to go any further up. She can also split at the leg, a swivel on the thigh, a bend at the knee, and then finally a hinge on the foot. When I bend at the knee, though, I do feel like the knee's going to break. I think it's just by virtue of the way that the joint is hinged, but it does kind of look like there's not nearly enough plastic that's connecting this leg to this part of the leg here. So just be mindful of that. Not a bad figure overall. Like I feel like this might be my favorite figure from the wave, but it doesn't come perfect. Of course, if I was to grade this figure is decent, but what damages this figure from being a perfect figure is the fact that the paint, too muddy on the facial face tone paint here, and then just all the other areas here just aren't very well defined. The yellows just come across blurry, or in some cases look like, in the case of the cape, it looks like that the quality just could have been a little bit better on the figure. Size comparison, we'll just quickly put it next to, there she is next to the Jim Gordon Batman, so you can see how she stacks up for size comparisons. I think overall, though, this might be one of my favorite figures from this wave. Gotta say, it's a bit of a weak wave, too, overall. I think more lows than highs, you know. But there you go. There we have the Batgirl. This was the Batgirl from the new Multiverse, somewhat new, the Multiverse King Shark wave. That also means that we're done these reviews, and we're going to be looking at King Shark in the next video, so stay tuned for that. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? You can click the subscribe button down below and be part not only of new videos that are being uploaded on this channel, but also all the other videos that you might have missed out on as well. I'll see you next time.